fans in attendance to their feet. New York scrambling back to the lead.
Make the other half a little.
You can't be down this forever.
DeBoarding, blocked by Mills, but he got him on the arm.
You're going to have to short out your flow.
A lot of tired people out there. Remember that he just got back from a brutal road trip. Minneapolis, New York, Toronto. Get back at 4 in the morning on Friday night. They're just waking up.
Only 1 of 4 this quarter for Alonzo Mourning at the free throw line, and for the game, 4 of 11 shooting.
Alonzo's going to have to wear the mask about another month.
How did this thing come to?
That's why he'll be so used to it, he'll want to keep it.
Next Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern, the NBC Golf Tour shifts its coverage to the senior circuit with the PGA Seniors Championship presented by Advil. Two-time defending champion Hale Irwin faces some of golf's greatest legends, including Nicklaus, Palmer, and Floyd. That's the PGA Seniors Championship presented by Advil next Saturday on NBC.
We have played just about 8 minutes in the quarter. Alonzo Mourning trying to get his 5th point in the quarter. The Heat will have only scored 7 points to this point should he be true to the mark. Well, Bashawn Leonard, who just went to the bench, was not contributing much. Now they got Eric Murdoch in to play the point. Little Tim Hardaway will play the off guard, and that'll give him some more energy to try to get some offense going for Hardaway.
Diagonal pass, they skip it across. Ward with a penetration.
That's a terrific decision by Charlie Ward to dance inside. Keep the Knicks on top.
Charlie Ward, the Heisman Trophy winner, former football and basketball star in Thomasville, Georgia Central High School.
Tom, where did the Knicks get this energy? They're starting out to hustle the Heat.
Marley for 3. That'll hit. They went 7 minutes without a field goal until that Marley 3.
When you make shots, you get energy. When you don't make shots, you feel like you're running in mud. We've seen it from the Heat and the Knicks. It's been on display whenever teams have been in droughts.
I know I personally feel a lot of energy when Bill is in the game. Cummings, baseline jumper is 4 points.
Oh, this is a completely different Knick team. Cummings, Oakley starting to stroke perimeter jumpers. Mills making things happen at the basket on the break.
When you wash them, if you tear them up, then
Starks
you
can get hot.
pull them out and you got a pair of socks.
Mills for 3. Back rim, easy rebound Cummings. Mourning didn't even try for it. Cummings had it blocked off.
I love the battle.
We're going to deal with this.
Look at the energy and the ball movement by the Knicks now. Everything is picked up a notch, although that's behind the pass. Behind the back pass by Oakley was pretty ill-advised.
That's a great pass, Tom. It's a great pass.
That's what Miami thinks it was great.
Chris Mills got pushed out of bounds. The young referee, Leroy Richardson, just ignored.
I thought, well, we might stay with the Carnival. He says, no, you don't want to live with the Carnival. That's no life for you kids. And then he told us about a thing called the CCC camp. Well, you go back home, and Roosevelt's starting this thing, and you can go off into a CC camp. And I said, well, the Army's running this thing. I'm not having any Army guys push me around.
Thousands of jobless boys jumped at the CCC offer of a decent living and money to send home in return for their labor.
Young transits who could still provide a home address and get a signature from their parents were able to qualify for the Civilian Conservation Corps, where they could work for 6 months of food and shelter.
Within a few months, 240,000 raw, nondescript lads are pouring into 1,200.
These one-issue things, like a
Anything to
boy,
do without
they
having to
keep
clean clothes,
raising the
without having to
bar.
look for a house,
If you've
without
got a
having to pack shit up, without having to look for a
99%
fucking house,
rating, well,
without having to be
then
pregnant,
somehow
without
they're
having to eat,
flawed.
and just
I
sit there
don't
with our child
understand
on our little tummies, just
Question
cuddling
I do
and bouncing and
Cuomo
having a
and
good
Dole
time. Don't you think that'd be
marginally
fun?
right.
That's
Does
what we're shooting
Republican and
for here,
Thomas
okay?
repel voters more than does Clinton Sleaze?
Just
I
keep
ask
that
you,
in
Pat
mind.
Buchanan.
Is that Charlie?
No, I'll tell you, he still has one good point, which is that Clinton stays high because there's not some focus figure like Sam Erb.
Yeah, remember, that's what we're working for right now. This is what we're working for.
So there's no doubt, there's no
That
opponent
is what's
except
at
for
the end
Starr.
of the tunnel.
Starr's 9% award incentive job.
Lovely
But look,
day with our
this
child.
thing, John, look, if
What
Clinton,
about the fringe left? He doesn't
Worth
think about
it.
the fringe left.
Okay.
What about the Bonnie Franks or the Maxine Waters, the people like
well,
that?
Clinton represents the Democratic Party right now, and he's very
but don't they
popular.
do their damage within the logic of the
People
field?
focus on one individual representing the party. Right now, it's Clinton versus, I guess,
Okay,
Newt.
now wait a minute, I got to chew on this. We got to get this in. Let's assume that Starr delivers, makes his dump, if you don't mind that undignified vulgarism. He dumps his material on the House Judiciary Committee at mid-May. They review it during May, during June, during July, during August. They stay in session in August, special session.
Okay, so
They
much
leave
fun.
at the
Look
end
at
of
all this
August. They're
stuff.
out during
This
September.
shit
They're out
everywhere.
during October. They're out during half November.
Yeah.
They return on the 15th. The scheduled return on the 15th. If that's impending, what do you think that will do to the House and Senate seats? I ask you, Ellen.
That will put Ken Starr's face as somebody for Democrats to run against, and that will rebound to the favor of Democrats. Al D'Amato is the object lesson here. Every day he sat on that Whitewater Committee, he lost.
We're going to get everybody in. Please be brief.
That's total nonsense. Look, if Starr rolls it up the hill, it depends what it contains. If it's very, very bad,
Hey, if it's a
bad for Clinton.
If it's a 0 to 10 rating and 10 is maximum damage, how much damage will it do to the Democrats running in November?
It will be horrendous.
Horrendous.
Get a 10 out of
What do
Starr.
you think?
If it's bad enough, if the evidence is solid against Clinton, it's
Well,
bad for the Democrats.
assume they can't get rid of it and tidy it up by the end of June before the...
Look, I disagree with you.
By the end of July...
If the evidence is so compelling, they will have to proceed with it. They cannot just dump it for 3 months.
All right, what's the impact going to be? 8, 9, 6? Big.
10.
What do you think?
No, less than 5, because if they're holding onto it for months and months, it's because they don't want to come out with a decision that will hurt the Republicans before the election.
I have to tell you, Jay, if they're in session, and they continue in session in August, and they're scheduled to resume in mid-November, it will probably be a 9. It will be extremely disruptive. If they tidy everything up, however, if they tidy everything up, Eleanor, before they go on recess at the end of July, then the impact will be practically maybe 1 or 2 on a damage scale. Issue 4. Triana has his eye on you.
Today I'm proposing that NASA launch a satellite named Triana, which will provide the very first continuous live images of the entire Earth from space.
Vice President Al Gore has a fresh idea that will show what's really going on around the world. A satellite camera 1 million miles away, beyond the moon, focused on the Earth and delivering a live, full-planet view of our rotating world. The image would be broadcast 24 hours a day on cable television and the Internet.
2, 1, 0, and we have liftoff.
Gore sees satellite Triana, named after the sailor on Christopher Columbus's ship, the Pinta, who first spotted the New World, as a useful tool for scientists, teachers, students, and the general public to study weather patterns and other environmental phenomena. Triana will cost $50 million to get it up and running. Who pays for it? Not Congress, apparently. Republican Dana Rohrabacher, chairman of the House Space and Aeronautics Subcommittee, says the idea is more of a small step for Gore's career than it is a small step for mankind. He gives the proposal no chance of passing Congress, but respected NASA chief Daniel Golden likes the proposal, and it says it has scientific value. Also, we have not seen a full planet view of Earth since the last moon mission almost 30 years ago. If Congress does not allocate the money, the project could get private funding. NASA hopes the satellite can be in place by the year 2000. Question, should Congress pay for Triana more contracts?
No, I don't think so.
Does it have one redeeming
No, I
feature?
think, look, yes, it has lots of redeeming features, and someday it will happen. This is a perfect private project that maybe Rupert Murdoch and Ted Turner...
There was a wonderful social mixture in the CCC.